Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Hopefully you guys are having a good start to your week. We got some news here from Plarium. This is the upcoming fusion, TIMIT the Fool. We're getting a nice 360 view of him right now. This video we're going to go over his kit, first impressions. Also have some news that Plarium has dropped in terms of there's a Prism summon event going on as well, so we'll go over that quickly. Also, we will be doing some gem giveaways. So let's have people comment in the comments below what they think about TIMIT the Fool along with your player ID, and I will randomly select. I believe we have 5 winners for the gem contest. So all submissions within the next 24 hours will be considered, and we will be giving those gem giveaways out, I believe, in a couple days. So comment with your ID what you guys think about TIMIT, and we'll do the draw in the next couple days. So let's hop right into TIMIT the Fool. But before we do that, just a quick note about a couple things here. We got CBC in 15 hours. I will be doing a stream when CBC drops, roughly for about 2 hours. I usually do this for CBC now. I think it's kind of a nice routine. We do have a Prism summon pool here, which is kind of weakish. Only 20 crystals this time around, but the pool is definitely a little bit weak. Mashald's good. Obviously, Hefrak is good. Bad L's been power crept. Cavalex has some use. And Withier, the crown, I mean, she's basically just a dumbed down worse version of Mithrala. Husk is good. Rector is good. Miscreate Monster is good. Seeker's obviously very good if you guys need him for Clan Boss. Allure, very good if you're still working through the game. Gorgrab, hard carry for Faction Wars, or good for early game arena as well. Magnar, one of the hardest hitting epic nukers in the game. And then unfortunately we get some rares mixed in here, but the cost is much less. Although buying 1 shard worth of crystals is still very expensive. I believe it's $5 US, which is quite expensive. Oh, sorry. And then the quick odds on these, mathematically they're basically like half the odds of a sacred shard for a legendary. However, the epic chance is quite high, so if you're looking for any of these epics, it might be worthwhile to focus a little bit more on these events. Otherwise it's going to be not a big factor. I did mention CVC again already, and yeah, we have this brand new fusion, guys. TIMIT the Fool. Let me bring up his kit. So his kit here, yeah, let's go over his kit. I mean, we don't know anything about his stats or multipliers or anything like that. Aesthetically, yeah, it's a clown with the big hammer. It looks pretty cool, but it feels like this kind of designs have already been done in the past as well. Yeah, overall it looks pretty good. It looks okay. Not too inspired or anything like that, but it's kind of weird how Raid has a clown in here. I guess he's a Halloween clown, but still, like, how powerful is this guy going to be? Anyways, we'll jump into his kit here. Carnival Hammer, that's his A1. It's a double hit. Heals this champion by 10% of this champion's max HP. That's actually pretty good. So 20% heal, potentially. Here's the condition: if the target has no active buffs. In arena, that's not going to happen very often, so this is going to be like PvP. He will have a chance to sustain himself. And also turn meter fill. So if he gets the heal and turn meter fill, it's actually a very strong A1. However, it's very unlikely in arena that this will ever go off, so he's just be a turn meter. But yeah, he's probably not going to be arena focused. His A2, test your strength, 6 turn cooldown, books down to 4 turns. AoE, decrease the duration of all enemy buffs. Okay, so he's playing with the buff theme here, or lack of buffs, or trying to unbuff your enemy. If there are no enemies with active buffs, grant an extra turn. So you go hit, decrease the duration, and then you have an extra turn. Okay, that might be okay, but then there's no other, like, what are you following up with? Following up with this, I guess. I guess it synergizes with the A1. So after you decrease duration, you get an extra turn, and then you do the A1 for extra damage, I guess, and heal. Always grant an extra turn if Kaja the Rai is on the same team. So he has a partner, Kaja, on the same team. Okay. Kegs of Dread, his A3, 6 turn cooldown down to 4 turns. So he has 2 4-turn cooldowns. That's not looking very good. Another AoE. Before attacking, places increased accuracy on everybody. Okay, that's good. Places True Fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. So, increased accuracy, attacks, then True Fear. With the increased accuracy, I mean, very strong. I mean, for CC, True Fear is actually, True Fear can be pretty annoying. It's not reliable, but it can be very annoying and obviously very crippling if the RNG does not go on your way. Really want to see what these multipliers are. The way they framed his partner, it makes it sound like he's the muscle. So if he is the muscle, and if he has a move called Test Your Strength, you assume that this guy must hit hard. However, his A2 and A3 do not have damage books associated with them. This leads me to believe that he does not hit hard, or he will not hit hard enough without damage books. So he's most likely not going to be a damage dealer, even though his partner, the description for the partner kind of describes that he is the muscle. But we'll see. We'll see in a couple days. Heinous Assistant passive. Whenever an enemy skill successfully activates while they are under fear or True Fear, fills Timit's turn meter by 10%. Okay, that's a really small turn meter fill, considering that Fear and True Fear are like, generally pretty uncommon debuffs, even though he can apply it by himself. It's 4 turn cooldown, of course. Whenever an enemy skill does not activate because they are under Fear or True Fear, place a provoke. Okay, so I mean that's pretty hard CC, right? Like, so if their fear stops them from performing a move, they are then provoked. This particular effect only applies when catches on the same team. I mean, they could just totally, you could wipe out this part completely about this partner bonus and just leave it in his kit, and it still wouldn't be that busted. So yeah, not super great partner bonuses, to be honest. They should have did something here where it resets the skill of something, like maybe Kegs of Dread having the ability to be reset by the A2 gives you more CC, more increased accuracy, uptime. That might be better. That might make it a bit stronger. He has accuracy in all battles. 50 is a pretty weak one. Like 50 is like, I think, rock bottom for like legendary. Yeah, that's not very good. Generally not super good kit. I think I can't see this guy being overly useful. He's kind of like a CC champion. Yeah, I can't see this guy hitting hard. Good news is he only takes 8 books, but I don't know why you would put 8 books into him. What would he do? Really? Like, even depending on how good Kaja is, we don't know right now. And right now we don't know anything about the partner and what her stats or kit is all about. He's Force Affinity, which may or may not be super great. I mean, he's going to be weak against Spirit, good against Magic, I guess. But I think it's kind of like neutral. There's a lot of Void Legendaries right now in Arena. Honestly, I can't see this champion being used in Arena. Yeah, it's just, I think anybody outside of like the mid game would probably not find any benefit from him, or there'll be epics with similar or better utility than him, I think. So right now he's not looking very good. He is going to be a fragment fusion, and he's coming on the 26th. So that's kind of in line with what they did every Halloween. Every Halloween they always put the fusion within a couple days of Halloween, usually near the end of the month. So it's going to kind of line up with the Titan event here. So the Titan event will still be ongoing while we are still trying to do this fusion. So it's going to be very hectic. It's going to be very hectic, very busy. I think this fusion might be a skip. I mean, it might be a skip for a lot of people. It's a fragment fusion, so it's not going to be too much effort for like end game players. But we'll see how the shard requirements are. Obviously, that's a big barrier for a lot of people. So we'll see how that goes and whether this champion is a skip or not. To me, am I going for this fusion? Right now, I always go for fusions, regardless. It's just part of the game. I always go for fusions. They make up a big chunk of my roster, obviously, like fusion champions, and you never know when champions will become useful. Keep in mind, like a champion like Fortis has already been advertised as being as will be being reworked in the near future, and he works off of True Fears and stuff like that. So there might be maybe more Fear support in the future. So we never know how good this champion really can be. You know, if you go down lists of fusions in the past and how people have regretted fusions and how fusions have been overhyped or underestimated, you know, there's a long list. So I always recommend to go for fusions. However, this fusion looks very dodgy. Like you know, some fusions are like average and you'd be like, yeah, they're average, not exciting, you know. But this guy just doesn't seem to have any kind of, you know, like 2 4-turn cooldown AoEs really like grabs me a little bit. I don't really like that. Just makes him like not very friendly for cycling around. I mean, he's not going to be using Hydra, so he's mostly like wave content. Wave content's dominated by Seer. He's not going to be using Arena. So anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like I said, leave your name, ID, and a quick comment about what you guys think about TIMIT, and you guys will be entered into a draw for monthly gem giveaways. Woo! Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate it as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video.